Alright, so let's start off with the Commanders' depth chart, and then I'll get into the coaching moves they made. So this is technically an unofficial one, but it's more official than at least the depth chart they made for the preseason, because this is the final 53-man roster, and this is the week before the game. So let's go on offense first. Brian Robinson listed as a starter. No surprise there. Same thing with Hal, Jahan, Curtis, Logan Thomas, Wiley, Cosme, Nick Gates. Sadiq Charles, we've kind of known for a little bit that he won the battle, but hey, Chris Paul's right behind him, ready to get that job if he needs. And then Charles, Leno, and Terry. Nothing surprising there at all. And then Diami's the second, string guy. Cornelius Lucas, Ricky, the biggest one I see on offense is Ricky Stromberg being the second string center now instead of the third string guy. So that is, good for him. He was the third/fourth string center when he got here and then worked his way to third and then now to second. Who knows? Maybe at some point this season he'll be playing left guard for the Commanders or center, but hopefully not, because that means, Nick Gates got hurt. But, he's done a good job and he looked good those last few weeks of, training camp / preseason and the joint practices. So shout out to Nick Gates, or not Nick Gates. Well, sure, Nick Gates, but Ricky Stromberg as well. Then John Bates is a backup tight end. A little bit interesting. You'd think it's Cole Turner, but that's probably more because they're, John Bates is, blocking tight end. He's going to be in a lot of plays. And then besides that, nothing else. Mitchell Tinsley, the seventh receiver, not surprised at all. And then Antonio Gibson is the second back, and then Chris Rodriguez. So nothing surprising at all on defense, or on offense. On defense, the starters, you got Montez Sweat, Deron Payne, John Allen, Chase Young. And then you got Jamin Davis, Cody Barton, Fuller, St. Juice, Forbes, Curl, Forrest. There you go. Nothing at all surprising there. Maybe at the start of the offseason after they drafted Quan Martin, people thought he was going to be starting. The only question mark now is, okay, who's going to start where? We know Emmanuel Forbes is starting on the outside. Is Kendall Fuller going to be in the slot, or is he going to be on the outside? Or is Benjamin Juice going to be on the inside or outside? I don't know, because right here, the way they have it, I think Kendall Fuller is a slot because Quan Martin is his backup. So Quan Martin's a slot corner / safety, and they got Christian Holmes as, behind St. Juice, and Christian Holmes cannot play the slot really. So that's why I think they, at least in this depth chart, they got Fuller in the slot and St. Juice on the outside. Don't know what's going to happen, but that is something I definitely want to watch out for and see what happens there. And, we'll talk about the depth chart a little bit more, get into the coaching moves, and then talk about some Cardinals injury updates and stuff like that. And then Percy Butler, backup free safety, and they got Reeves as the backup strong safety. And really everything else, not surprising. I mean, I don't like seeing Abdullah Anderson as your backup D tackle, John Allen, especially with the, plantar fasciitis. I know I'm mispronouncing that. But with that injury, you don't like, Abdullah Anderson being the backup. Would love if you had your second round pick from a couple years ago be there, but he's out for at least a few weeks, for 4 weeks. But I feel good about, John Ridgway for sure. And then you can move James Smith-Williams inside a little bit if you need to. And you got KJ Henry and Andre Jones as the, third string DNs. But they could definitely move their way up, for sure. And then David Mayo, guys like that. So, and then special teams, this is a little interesting. Tressway, Joey Sly, and then Cam Cheeseman. Nothing surprising there. They got Dax Milne as a punt returner and Antonio Gibson as a kick returner. Kind of what we expected. I know people don't love this move with Dax Milne, but he's reliable. And they can maybe go ahead and get someone if they really want to or change it up. And then kick return, I don't think it's important at all. I really would just get someone who can secure the ball, because you can basically automatically get it at the 25 every single time if you just fair catch it. So I don't really want to see the kick, unless you have an elite kick returner, I just don't see the need of, taking that kick back, because the chances are you might not get it to the 25, or if you do, there's going to be some type of penalty, holding that brings you back to the 12. And then with, us, that usually ruins our drive. And you got Jahan Dotson as the backup punt returner. Same thing. He was the same, he did the same thing last year, but he never took punts, So I think it's an emergency situation, or if they really need a big play late in the season, they'll, put Jahan back out there and see if he can make a big play happen. But the depth chart, nothing surprising really at all. Some things that popped out again, Ricky Stromberg there, the returners, and that's really it. And then I guess Kendall Fuller looks like he is playing in the slot. Now let's get into some of the coaching moves. So they announced several long-anticipated promotion/title changes, and apparently Snyder wasn't approving these moves, and now Josh Harris and them are approving it. So Juan Castillo is the run game coordinator. Randy Jordan is a senior offensive assistant/running backs coach. Travell Warren is the offensive line coach officially now, and then Todd Storm is the tight ends coach. Like, if you looked at their titles on the website, it was different than these, even though they're kind of doing these roles. And now it'll be official, which is good for sure. And yeah, I mean, Dan just didn't want to prove it, I guess. It is what it is. But yeah, I like a lot of these guys. Travell Wharton seems like he did a good job. And I think he was one of the coaches at the Senior Bowl, him and Kerrigan, and maybe someone else as well. So I like Travell Wharton. We'll see if these guys are still here next year. More likely than not, they will not be, because we're probably going to be switching things out. In terms of Commanders injury updates, there's no update. Tomorrow is a big day. I'll make a video on that. Wednesday injury reports come out around this time, and we'll see what Terry was, what Chase was, Logan was, Kendall. I think Terry will probably be a DNP or a limited participant at most, because you want to give him as much time as possible. Chase Young, I have no idea. And then, Kendall Fuller, I feel like he'll be full or limited, and Logan Thomas will be limited. Those are my guesses. And I think that Terry and Chase are the ones that maybe won't play. I think Logan and Kendall will play. And then everyone else that really matters is going to play, besides the guys that are on IR, which is Fedarian Mathis and Efe Obada, which is, two big hits, because one of them being out wouldn't be a huge deal, but then both of them combined, and especially you combine that with like Efe Obada, who can play inside, and now you can't have him there, it is a really big blow in my opinion. So I would say those are kind of, it's an area of concern, but hopefully they're back by week 5. Other moves that they may, or not other moves, but injury reports, looks like Zach Ertz. They haven't come out with injury reports, but his status is in question. Obviously, Kyler Murray's not playing. They have not announced who the quarterback is, whether it's going to be Joshua Dobbs or Clayton Tune, 5th-round pick rookie. I don't know where he played, but not looking good for the Cardinals, so we better beat them, and it doesn't matter who we have out there on defense. Like, these guys got to show out. And yeah, I mean, Joshua Dobbs, I don't know if they ran the same system, but it can't, he just got traded a few weeks ago, so that would be a tough thing for him to go out there and start. And we saw him play, he saw our defense play, but we also saw him play, which I think is more of a disadvantage for him, because we weren't playing all of our starters, or we only played our starters for a possession, and it wasn't against him, so I guess it's kind of even either way. But yeah, man, week 1 is here. Very, very excited. Again, the next couple of days, give you guys injury updates and then preview stuff, and then we're there for the game, man. It's crazy. We better win this one, and hopefully win convincingly and stay healthy. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace. Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video, I'll be going over the Washington Commanders' first depth chart for week 1 against the Arizona Cardinals, and I'll also be talking about some coaching moves that they made. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and that notification bell as well. It takes a few seconds, and I would really, really appreciate it.